you think, baby? What do you think? You a little stoned? So the vet ended up having to pull 3 teeth, not just one. So he was under for quite a while, and there was a suspicious mass in his mouth that also got cut out. It looks like melanoma, but we don't want to jump to the C word until we get that back. And that'll take 2 weeks to get back from the lab. And I don't know how a German Shepherd can have lab results. Get it? Like a Labrador instead of like a laboratory. Get it? Oh, Batman. Whoa, buddy. Pretty heavy stuff. He insisted on laying over here by the door, even though I got his bed out here for him in the living room, which is what I'm sitting on right now, because I came out closer to get a video. Anyway, so they ended up pulling teeth, and they took the mass out of his mouth, and it just, his mouth was kind of messed up, and it happened very quickly, because he just had a checkup 6 months ago, and it wasn't like that. So whatever's happening is progressing rapidly, but hopefully they caught it. As far as his paw, the one with the tape is actually his good leg. That's where they had the IV. The right leg, the one that he is now drooping over, stoned out of his mind, is the bad foot. They did x-rays. X-rays show that the paw itself is, or the bones themselves are actually physically smaller. And like this, like from his back all the way down to that foot, like that whole bone structure is just significantly smaller. And obviously the bones are also not nearly as dense as in his other leg, because he doesn't put weight on it. That's how you maintain muscle density, or bone density, is through use, through impact, through not high impact, but through, that's how you build. And bone density is as important as muscle density as far as health. And anyway, he doesn't have it in that leg. Now it's sort of a chicken and an egg thing. Is that because he wasn't using it, or is he not using it because of that? And it's kind of a catch-22. But it doesn't look like anything ever broke, and nothing is really deformed, but there is some sign of arthritis in that wrist. And the pad itself, it's still not clear why on earth that's not healing. There was some infection in there, and he's on some pretty powerful antibiotics. Turns out there was some infection deep in there. But that's not... that's still not, they're not convinced that's entirely why. So the photographs, the samples, the x-rays, that's all been sent off to a panel of apparently nationwide experts. And the vet basically wants their second opinion. We're supposed to hear back from them here in the next few days. But we're still waiting, obviously, a few weeks on that, on the laboratory that we sent the mass that was in his mouth off to. Took x-rays as well of his hips, did the hip dysplasia test that they like to do. My friend just texted me, so it made the camera blurry, sorry. Because I'm using my cell phone. Hey, okay, freaking out the camera. Hey, camera, figure it out. There you go, good job. His hips are not... definitely have dysplasia in both hips, but it's significantly more in the left, and it's way more than it was when he had his x-rays done just about a year and a half ago. So it is definitely spreading. I don't know why he wants to lay by my shoes instead of on his bed. He's not really making sense, and every once in a while he just kind of moans. On cue, apparently. But he'll do it longer than that. Like, he's kind of frustrated and confused, and he's in pain, he's uncomfortable, and he's very much, is this real life? Am I going to feel like this forever? He's stoned. I mean, he got morphine and then the anesthesia and, all kinds of good stuff. So, hips, though, surgery is not really necessary at this point, but we are going to be doing a lot of physical therapy. It's probably going to be expensive, but we're having a follow-up next week, and I'll meet with, they have a veterinarian there who specializes and is highly certified in physical therapy with dogs, and they have a physical therapy rehab center right next door to the vet. So I'm going to meet with them and find out what that's going to cost, what we need to do, how we need to, and that'll help sort of everything. It'll help with his front leg as well as with his hips his knees look really good and his elbows look good. So that's good. I mean, they got some good news. And they think they got all of the, but there are some teeth they need to keep an eye on still. And, Batman, you in your happy place? Yeah. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Thank you guys so much for. I posted all about it on Twitter and on Instagram throughout the day. Tried to update Facebook. Batman has a Facebook page. It's gonna be. I mean, I don't know, but now you know what I know, and thank you so much. It ended up because they had to pull more teeth than they were expecting, and they wanted to do extra X-rays, so it ended up being more. Significantly more money than what I had initially thought it was going to be. And so the extra you gave actually ended up being almost just quite enough. I only ended up paying, I think the total bill ended up being like by just like $5 under $800. What is it, buddy? Am I still talking about you? You okay? You okay? Are you stoned? Yeah. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Your eyes are crossed. Yeah. My baby. Is that an interesting rug you're looking at? Is that interesting? Yeah. So anyway, there were surprises. We weren't expecting to have to send a biopsy thing off. That was like $150. So anyway, it all added up, but thanks to your incredible generosity, I'm not hurting too badly at all, actually. I would not have been able to afford this in a million years. $800 is, well, that's, I won't tell you what I make a month because it's embarrassing, but let's say that's a very good chunk of what I make in a month. And there's no way. There's absolutely no way. So thank you so much. Your encouragement throughout the day. Many of you responded on Twitter and Instagram, and it made me laugh. And you had good senses of humor, and it helped me stay positive through this whole thing. And that means a lot as well. Thank you so much for your encouragement and your love. I know Batman is grateful for it too, although he can't really express much of anything right now except, this carpet is a really good nose pedestal, apparently. Oh, hey, there you go, good boy. He's pretty stoned. It's going to be a long night. He keeps getting restless, and then he gets like this again, and then he gets restless. And I'll be staying up with him as long as I can. But I didn't know what else to do for a dog that's stoned besides be there for them and probably put on some reggae. Being the holidays, I thought I'd put on some holiday reggae. So that's what we're doing. A Bob Marley Christmas album kind of feel. That's it. This video is now long. Oh my gosh. It's 8 minutes of you staring at my dog. Stoned out of his mind. I'm sorry. It's so long. It's been a very long day. I spent the whole day at the coffee shop across the street just waiting for news because it was pouring rain. And my ride this morning, I tried and no one was available that I could get a hold of. And so Batman and I walked to the vet this morning. Obviously, then we had a ride home. But we walked to the vet and it was raining. I didn't want to walk all the way home. And plus, I was just nervous about him. So I just stayed at the coffee shop all day until I just couldn't stand it anymore. And then I walked back over to the vet. So that's where we're at. And thank you guys for your support. Like I said, Batman, if he was feeling a little better, would be. This is a very, very stoned German Shepherd. So I need to pet him and love him. Thank you guys. I'll try to keep this under 10 minutes, so I better stop it now. And this will be Batman's Tuesday video, although I'll post two because I've got a short, fun video of him being stoned. It's like 13 seconds long. I love you guys.